welcome to my channel. So this is my update for Project A to Z and the second time that I have filmed this video because for some reason my phone, it said nope, we're not going to save what you did. And I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and have to refilm it because I need to. I'm glad I double checked before I started to think that I was going to edit. So anyway, let's see if I can go ahead and get this mess off my hands. We're not going to even worry about it. We're just going to go with it because that's what we do here. We just go with things. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about and not a whole lot of time to do it. So for A to Z, with the Fantastic Ladies, of course, I decided to be crazy and bring in all eyeshadows from A to Z. And I think so far I am doing a decent job of using stuff up. Let's hope I can finish this one because I have yet to completely finish an A to Z project. And I think that it would be really funny if I go ahead and I finish it with the hardest thing to pan of all, which is eyeshadow, because everybody tends to have problems panning eyeshadow and a lot of it. So I made some changes. I did some things. I frankened some things. And that's just how things goes around here. We franken things and we make things that doesn't work for us work for us. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just dive right into everything. What I did here, let's see. Let me try to get my act together because it was together before. Whenever I originally filmed this, my act was together. It's not together anymore. Anyway, this right here is the EYESHADOW Muddy Nudes palette. This one right here is the cream shadow from in this one. And as you guys know, I use this to set my primer and I use this to set my under eyes, and it is still going, but I have no doubt this is going to be gone by the next update. Now this one right here with the huge pan, this is what I tend to use predominantly as a mascara topper. And one of these shadows would have been done, but this is a combination of all three. At the last minute, I decided I was going to go ahead and just do all three of them, even though one of them was almost done. And that's okay. That's okay because there was three shadows in the A to Z that were really chunky and just really hard to use, and I was going to use all three of them as a mascara topper anyway. So I decided I was just going to go ahead and combine them all. That just tended to make sense to me. So I went ahead and did the Enter Blue Sparks and the Paradise Diamond Pearl and the Ultra Shimmer Mica. And for me, I think that really tends to work. Today, I even have it on my inner corner and on my lower lash line. So I try to go ahead and use this in some capacity every day. I would not be surprised if this is done by the next update. That is my hope for sure. And this right here, let's discuss this right here. This is, as you can see, I already swatched it because this was this was filmed before. So anyway, this is the shade right here, and it's like a bluish purple. It's a blurple. And this right here, if you guys have not checked out my Painting Solitaire update, I definitely recommend that you go ahead and check that out because that is a lot of fun how I'm doing it this year. But this right here is a combination of one of the shades in that, and also Antique Red. Totally lost my brain there. And that is what Antique Red looks like. This right here, it's sort of like a lying shadow. But in here, you know it looks kind of brown. But originally, whenever you go ahead and you put it on the eyes, it has the Antique Red type of shade that you would think that it is. But after a couple of minutes, it just looks brown. It looks like a grayish brown. It's not very pretty. So I simply have been frankening it, and I frankened it to death because I ended up telling Jessica about it, or we were discussing something and she told me that red makes purple, and I have no idea why. I never thought in a million years that I completely forgot that. Like, my elementary school brain was left at elementary school, and colors and just, I'm so dumb sometimes, but either way, I ended up doing that, and I ended up doing using the antique red for another shadow, and I believe one of them was this one, which is Captivating Keanu. This one is by Darling Girl, and it is also completely done. And I ended up frankening this. I also ended up using Queen's Jubilee. I believe I went ahead and frankened it with that. If you want to go ahead and see what all I use to franken things, because I tend to forget a lot of times what I used, it's all on Instagram. This is why I put stuff on Instagram, so I remember. But for the, let's see, let me find the Queen's Jubilee. Hold on. Okay, like I said, I had put stuff away already. This right here is the Queen's Jubilee. Let's go ahead and open this up. And I ended up hitting pan because I wanted to go ahead and just franken it with other things. I tried to go ahead and use Queen's Jubilee in my crease, and it just wasn't really working out the way that I wanted it to. Whenever I would go ahead and put it in the crease, there would be, and I'm sure you guys noticed and didn't say anything, which I appreciate, but whenever you go ahead and blend and blend and blend, there was an area like right around here where it would be just nothing, where it's like the eyeshadow just forgot to place itself right there, and it was crazy, and it was, I tried every day to just make it work, and it did the same thing. I would even take the eyeshadow and kind of start over here, and then it didn't matter what I did, it just skipped a lot, so I wasn't a big fan of it, and I didn't get a chance really to use it on the lid. I think the glitter would show up if it was wet maybe, but again, I haven't tried it, so I decided to go ahead and franken it until I hit pan. And yes, I chipped it away kind of until I hit pan and used that amount to go ahead and franken with. So that is completely out of the project now. Now, as far as eyeshadows that I finished, let's see. This one right here is the Ripe Orange Glitter. I ended up putting this in a nail polish, and it already had eyeshadows and things in it. This simply made it too thick, but I ended up using it for as long as I possibly could. I even bought nail polish thinner. I know I said I would never do that, but I did. I used nail polish thinner, and it allowed me to extend it just a little bit more because it looked just terrible. And from afar it didn't look too bad, but up close it was just not good. It was not good at all. So I ended up using it up that way, and the nail polish is gone, and I just kept on saying, at least it's not on my eyes, at least it's not on my eyes. So the other one I finished is the Zion Vistas eyeshadow. Unfortunately, there wasn't a whole lot in here that I ended up using, but and it's kind of disappointing because some of my favorite shades by Coastal Scents, there's just not a lot, and the ones that annoys me, there's a lot. So go figure. And another one that there wasn't a lot, this one is Intergold Sparks, and this was beautiful all over the lid. This was beautiful in my inner corner. This was beautiful in the lower lash line. I absolutely loved it, and I really wish that there was more of it. I thoroughly enjoyed using that shade a lot. So to go ahead and take a look at what my palette looks like now, as far as the A to Z is concerned, this right now is what it looks like. I'm really hoping to get to certain shades like this one. This one is the matte cream that is in the Emily Noel palette. I'm really hoping, and I'm really hoping to get to this one, which is Hot Pink Side or something like that. I forget what it's called. I have it written down, but this is really, really pretty. And again, another one of those shades that there's just not a lot in it. And I really want to work on this one. And I want to work on one of these bronzy type of shades because all three look pretty much the same. So I definitely want to go ahead and get some use out of that, hopefully finish one. But, you know, I can only finish so much in a month. But let's hope that I have some of these finished by the next update. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, even though, you know, I had to go ahead and film this a second time and it's a little bit of a mess. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.